Hi guys, I am just here because I want to give a beautiful, honest testimony about my experience last year with the amazing, wonderful, high vibrational, gifted goddess Miss Honeybee. Girl, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm so grateful for you and your experience and your time. Y'all, I booked a session with Honeybee when I was going through a really tumultuous situation. I was getting evicted out of a home that I had shared with myself and my children. I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in that area or if I was going to move to a different state, because I'd already moved to a different state to be there. And I was just feeling really confused, y'all. I gotta be honest. I was feeling like I don't know what my next plan is, right? And I've had all these, I am a spiritual pioneer in my community. I've worked with countless women from all around the world with my zone of genius, specifically in reproductive health and wellness, and holistic alternatives for those who are seeking fertility. But I firmly believe that healers need healers, and healers need to connect with people who understand that healers need healers. So I don't usually work with a lot of healers. I have carefully selected, and after being under Miss Honeybee's love and guidance, gone to a couple classes and couple facilitated events of hers, I was able to connect the dots on, hey, I would love to work with her. So I hit her up. I'm like, girl, read me. And she read me down. Okay. Not only that, but she told me, y'all, that for the next, I'm gonna share a little bit of my business, not too much, but she told me for the next 2 years that I was going to be on like a nomadic, if you will, journey where I'm going to be diving into my own healing, my own purpose, caring for myself, and that's going to require me to do a lot of movement. And I've seen that come into play, y'all. Like from that eviction and that concern of like what was going to be next for me, I moved into another space where I was able to uplift and provide that space with balance. The people who were in that home, I moved into another space about 90 days later and was able to do the exact same thing. And I'm still on mission now. I'll be moving again to another state to do the same thing. So I want to share, y'all, my biggest concern was like, I became a teen mom at 15. And so I had always felt like I wasn't sure what like the home experience life was going to look like for me. Like I never felt safe or at home with my mother. I didn't have a father uplifting me and raising me, nurturing me coming up. So I was very disconnected from home life. And so being kicked out after I had my first daughter at 15, I've already been kind of all over the place, not stable. So I really came to Honeybee like, girl, I have been not stable since I was 15. Let me know if it's in the cards for me to be stable or if not, so I can just stop wondering and wishing and being in this vibration of, and she just gave me the peace that I needed to know that I am on a journey and that the Most High is placing me strategically in places that I need to be in, and it's going to happen over the next 2 years. I'm going to come back and give another review for now. But she told me that I was going to experience some dynamic shifts. I was going to be moving around, and it's about 2 years. If I could get the support that I need from my children, which I've been able to call it and manifest since that reading. So thank you for affirming my light and my ability to co-create, Honeybee. I've been moving around. I've been traveling. I've been uplifting the vibrations and the frequencies of the homes and the peoples and the families that I've been able to move into and share the Most High's universal love and light and wisdom. And I feel like my reward of my own home space is my ability to be obedient to the Most High's will for me in this moment. And my ability to serve, even when I'm moving into other people's home and serving them in their home. Meanwhile, I do have this yearning, burning desire to have my own home. But I also have an understanding that Honeybee provided me, an understanding and an overstanding that I was provided from Honeybee, that I am on mission. And mission requires obedience, submission, and diligence. It does not require me to know what my next steps are. So yeah, this was last year. Okay. So we are 6 months out of that last reading, and that's why I'm doing like a 6-month check-in. I have been able to shift twice and shift 2 different spaces, and I'm moving at the end of July this month to a new space, which is in another state. And backstory real quick, y'all, I have always had an aversion to traveling. I've always felt afraid to travel. When I grew up in the home I grew up in with my mother, she made me feel like everything outside of the home was unsafe and scary. So in turn, y'all, I became an adult that was afraid of outside. Meanwhile, the home that I was raised in was the most unhealthy home that I could ever be in. That was the most unhealthy space, but in turn, like, I became an adult that was afraid to travel. I was afraid to leave home. I worked from home, go to school from home, homeschool my son. I tried to do everything I could to keep myself in home, right? Which in turn restricted me. So part of my mission that I've been on these last 2 years have taken me to 2 different states, actually 3. I went to New Orleans as well. It's taken me to multiple states. I'm going to another state that I'm not sharing that energy yet until I get there, because I don't like to tell all my business. But it's put me to travel. It's forced me to travel, and it's helping me break out of this fear of being in new environments and in new spaces and feeling like things outside of home are not safe. So, honeybee, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for being in tune, for listening to the divine light, for being a wisdom keeper and a wisdom giver. I can't thank you enough for shining light on me, right? I think rarely, y'all, do we look at healers, and, you know, this is just another perspective. Rarely do we look at healers and think like, hey, how can I pray for them? How can I uplift them? And I just want you to know, girl, I take the time out every time I get a message from you, every time you drop in my spirit, to attune myself to prayer for you, to lift you to the Most High, to the divine. And that's something that I'm always going to do, because we do need each other as healers, right? This is just universal. And I'm just so grateful that I have someone like you, so fierce, so powerful, so wonderful, so in tune, in my corner. And I would recommend her to anybody. If you're confused on your journey, if you're lost, if you just need a confirmation and affirmation, if you just need to tap in, she has sacred movement as an offering. If you follow her on her page, EyeGotThyme, right? Thyme is THYME, like the herb. Okay. And just really just lift yourself up, right? Allow her to tap in and serve you. Okay, so that's my review, and I'm happy to give it. I'm happy to gift it. This is true to my heart, true to my experience, and if you book with her, you won't be let down. Love you, girl.